All right. For more on this, I'm joined by Pradeep Mahaur of the BJP and Advocate Anmol Panwar of the Aam Aadmi Party. Good evening and namaskar to both of you. Advocate Anmol Panwar, let me begin with you. How do you respond to BJP's charges BJP's accusations against the Aam Aadmi Party, saying that it is nothing but a diversionary tactic on part of the Aam Aadmi Party when you know the rules of the Delhi Assembly, suspended MLAs not being allowed inside? Why are you going on protesting?
See, this has happened for the first time in India's history that 21 out of the 22 elected representatives have been expelled not only from the assembly but also from its premises by the BJP government. And the rule which they have cited is incorrect. It doesn't say anywhere that the legislators can be removed from the assembly because they are acting in an authoritarian manner. That is why they are resorting to these kind of dirty tactics. These representatives, I must remind the BJP spokesperson, belong to a party that secured 44% votes of the people of Delhi. And it is the Delhi police officials that confirmed that they received order from the Speaker of the House, who is responsible for upholding democratic principles and ensuring fair proceedings, to stop these MLAs at the gate itself. And now what's interesting is, the moot question is, why were they removed? There are three key reasons why these AAP MLAs were removed from the assembly. Because they were raising voice against the Bharatiya Janata Party's insult to Baba Saheb Ambedkar. They were questioning why his portrait was removed from the Chief Minister's office and why was it replaced with a portrait of Narendra Modi ji. That is why when we raised our slogans, when we raised slogans of Jai Bhim, to inhe dikkat hone lagi. But when the BJP itself was raising slogans of Modi Modi, us samay in pe koi karwai nahi ki gayi. That is for the first reason. The second reason
Pradeep
is
Mahaur, you want to respond
BJP...
to what Advocate Anmol Panwar is saying? You know, the fact of the matter is, Pradeep Mahaur, understandably, the BJP government wants to bring the CAG reports into the Delhi Assembly and get those details out. But if you don't have the other side against whom you've got the CAG reports, how do you then have a balanced view in the Delhi Assembly? How do you put out the other side of the view? How do you give them an opportunity to defend themselves?
So the Aam Aadmi Party Speaker started the first time in the history of Indian Constitution. So I'll start like that. So first time in the history of Indian Constitution, the CAG report was not placed, not tabled on the Assembly board for the discussion from last 7 years. Understand? How serious is this? They are talking about, why don't move your finger, right? That is the truth. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. Nobody can deny it. From last 7 years, it was not tabled. So when it is going to be tabled? If you are, fair and clean, you should have given the opportunity for a discussion. Instead of discussion, what they were doing is they were shouting. And they were trying to create a ruckus and a chaos in the assembly so that there is a disruption and discussion doesn't happen. So there was no other solution except, moving them out. Because if you want to have a discussion in a proper environment where everybody can be heard, because they were shouting like anything. They just, created unnecessary excuses to shout slogans and they started shouting. So as far as assembly is concerned, you can definitely, use whatever slogans you feel like. But when there is some serious discussion going on, you have to at least involve in the serious discussion. If you are not able to involve, just sit quiet and listen. That's it. And when some question comes over your party, you can answer, so that you can answer. But they did not give the opportunity. They just started shouting, and there was no other remedy except, removing them out because of their indisciplined kind of behavior. As simple as that.